What a day of rejoicing that will be when we all see Jesus. We will sing and shout victory. Yeah, while some of you are busy waiting till the day you go to heaven, America is just less than 35 hours flight away from taking what can actually make you have a comfortable home in Nigeria. So, am I against America invading Nigeria? Or am I in support of America invading Nigeria? I am not going to say I am against it, and I'm not going to say I support it. But by the end of my video, I hope you will take a stand. Now, why most of you Christians, because in your mind, it is because of you that the president of America, Donald J. Trump, wants to come to Nigeria to save you. He is your Messiah. You see, I have a problem with religious people. I have a lot of problem with religious people. You see, this behavior of trying to monopolize God is the biggest problem that is creating more poverty, impoverishment in your lands than any other thing you think. This your idea of thinking that you are the chosen one and the rest are not. To an average Christian, a Muslim is an unbeliever who will die and go to hell. To an average Muslim, a Christian is an infidel who shouldn't associate. Now listen, let me tell you all something. Be you a Christian, be you a Muslim. The more you keep waiting for paradise, heaven, the more you miss the real heaven that the Creator has given you. Now back to the topic. Donald Trump is coming to Nigeria because, quote unquote, the killing of Christians is becoming too much. Go to Borno, go to Kaduna, go to Jos, go to Plateau, go to Benue. Among all these killings that are happening, do your statistics and find out if it is mainly only Christians that are being killed. No, it is not. Christians are dying, Muslims are dying. You get it? Even normal human being that belongs to no faith is also dying. So what point am I trying to make? Donald Trump's interest in Nigeria isn't to save Christians. But yeah, of course, there need to be an agenda. Of course, there need to be a topic. Of course, there need to be a point of, a point of attraction. And of course, there needs to be a something that will say, oh, this is the reason why we are coming. There's a particular word used in that thing back in the days when I was a uniform personnel. There's a word we used to call it. Yeah, of course, there will definitely be a word. So, because he can't just come to Nigeria, the word criminal justice will be looking at him with one eye, with bombastic side eye. If you just come to Nigeria like that without a proper word. So that's why he has said, I'm coming to save the Christians in Nigeria. And you Christians, you are happy because, yeah, your Messiah is coming. Shame on you. Shame on all of you. Why do I say that? Because your problem, it's the religion itself. Because if you are not so religious, you will vote wisely. If you are not so religious, you will not be a slave to whatever you think you are worshiping. If you are not so religious, you would know that an animal in form of a human being wearing a banditry cloth can unalive you and still go and ask for forgiveness and be forgiven according to your scriptures. If you're not so religious, you will at all points be on guard. Yeah, but because you believe that anointing oil you've rubbed in front of your door will save you. That is why madness is creeping into your soul, your spirit, your body, and your mind. If you are not so religious, you will know that your own security lies on you first. Even before the police will arrive, when you call them, when there is an ongoing crime, you have to protect yourself first. Department of Social Security has once said that your own security is in your own hands first. You should be your own security first. But no, you choose some big god sitting on a big ass throne up in the sky, to wave a magic wand, and any bandits coming your way will unalive. You are not serious. Now, deep in the topic, listen. Donald Trump coming to Nigeria has its ripple effects and has its probability of solving some problems. But I just hope what happened to Libya wouldn't happen to Nigeria. I just hope what happened in Iraq. Google the picture of Iraq before US invasion. Google the picture of Afghanistan before US invasion. Google the picture of Lekki. Google the picture of Abuja. Google the picture of Port Harcourt and save it now. Maybe you can show it to your children later. Before US will come into Nigeria. Your prayer, your wish, your enchantment, your incantation should be that US should just come. Take what they want to take. Give the one they can give to Nigeria and live in peace. Listen, if US is a Yahoo boy, US is an old taker. US na taker. US na onyo de naka. US is a country that they are very good in taking. Taking is one thing they are good at. And I like them for that. Why do I say I like them for that? Because since you that own something doesn't know the value of what you own, it is best they take it and use it for what its value should be. When you go to America, there is what we call social welfare. When we go to America, there is something we call social security. If you're handicapped, your government pays you per fortnight, per month, as the case might be. How do they get this money? From properly managing the things they own as a country. Now, for instance, the most common interest of US, which is the oil, whether you like it or not, please spare me that bullshit. They're coming to say Christians and that is it. No. Yeah, they will save Christians. Yeah, Christian, they will save you. But at what cost? Or will they just come and do it free, or because God have chosen them to save you? Okay, they will do it free. They won't take nothing. Come on, spare yourself that bullshit. Listen, America would come. They will take your oil. They will take your bauxite. They will take your iron ore. They will take your gold. They will take whatever they can lay their hands on. But America, do you know what the good news is? We will give it to you. For the fact that when you take it, you will give us security. You will give us true independence. Because till today, Nigeria has no independence. Now, let me bust your mind. Do you know that Nigeria produces over 1.5 million barrels of crude oil per day? Per day. Now, let's assume that 1 barrel is $1. As of today, because I traded, 1 barrel is $54.6. You getting it? But let's assume that 1 barrel is $1. Do you know that 1.5 million barrel a day is $1.5 million dollars a day? Now, in 365 days, that makes 1 year. How many million or trillions of dollars do you think will come out from crude oil alone from Nigeria? Do you know that the population of Nigeria is 240 something million population? Now, if we sell oil for at least, let me not exaggerate, 1 month. If Nigeria sells oil for at least 1 month, it can give each citizen of Nigeria at least $2 million. You've never thought about this before, or you think I'm exaggerating? Do the math yourself. You have your phone you're watching me with. You can minimize this video now, do this math, and come back and continue watching. Go ahead, do that. Now, imagine if a citizen of Nigeria has $1 million or $2 million in their account. Would a Nigerian citizen be going through the Mediterranean Sea going through Libya desert, all in the name of wanting to go to Europe to get a better living? Of course, no. If a Nigerian is having $2 million in his account today, do you think he would want to go and be insulted in Dubai? Of course, no. Do you think if a Nigerian is having $2 million in his account today, he will go and be doing nanny for a very rude Arab in Saudi Arabia? Of course, no, you wouldn't. So ask yourself, what does my government stand to gain by impoverishing me? What does my government stand to gain by making me so poor? What does my government stand to gain by making sure I remain at a minimum wage of 70,000 naira, which cannot buy one bag of rice? Of course, because the more you are poor, the more you are easily controlled. It's just like you are poor and you're also a religious person. Your own is finished. You are poor. You're also a dedicated Christian. You are doomed. You are poor and you're a dedicated Muslim. Your own is finished. Because two tools that is basically being used by the elite to control the masses. You know, it's like a triangle. Okay, I'm not going there today. Is poverty and religion. And Nigerians have these two. Africans have these two. Ghanaians have these two. Cameroonians have these two. Liberians have these two. Togolese have these two. Cameroonian, all African country has these two. And you are wondering why you are in abject poverty. You're wondering why your government doesn't take you serious. You're wondering why your government is playing you like you're a nobody. There are rules of law. But have you ever wondered why the poor hardly get justice? Oh my goodness. So if Donald Trump wants to come to Nigeria and take at least maybe 800 barrels per day and give us, 200 and something thousand barrels per day, bro, let him do it. Donald Trump is the chef. Let him cook. Let the man cook. Let him cook and serve us. We would eat. Do you know how much money, how much wealth is in Nigeria? Oil alone can give every citizen $1 million in 1 week. Oil alone. If you think I'm exaggerating, do the maths. Even a dollar per barrel, we are doing 1 point something million barrels a day. 1 point something million. Then imagine 1 point something million in 1 month. You can press your calculator. At $5, let's make it at $56 per barrel. Then 56 times 1.4 million barrels. Check how much that will be. That is only in oil. Nigeria got bauxite. Nigeria got cocoa. Nigeria got gold. Nigeria got manganese. Nigeria got a lot of the raw material for cement. Limestone. Nigeria has iron ore in abundance. Insecurity in Nigeria today is as exploitation of the Nigerian raw materials. Do you need to be a rocket scientist for you to know that? Listen, let me tell you something. Game of politics and power is like a table. This is a table, okay? You watching me now is like the leg of the table. You're holding on the table. And then the game of politics is going on top of this board. They're playing chess on top of this board. Remember, you are the table, all right? Once you get up, okay, like this is you getting up, the table will fall. The game will be over. Until you, the citizens of Africa, will arise. You will keep being in water and soap will still be hurting your eye. And ordinarily taking the water and washing off your eye will become a hard job. African youth, wake up. And I've been crying this cry from day one. African youth. How can a country, a continent as rich? Do you know that Africa is richer than America, Asia, and Europe combined? And you didn't know this. But yeah, go on TikTok, or if you, for those of you living outside of Africa, go on the streets, where the white boys are, and ask them, what is the poorest country in the world? They will call Africa. Forgetting that Africa is not even a country. That is how they see Africa. So before you are there thinking, oh, I'm a Moroccan, or thinking, oh, I'm an Egyptian, or thinking, oh, I'm a Ghanaian, what is my business with Nigerians and their suffering? You need to be wise. You need to be wiser than this. Listen, the way the economic growth of Africa is, all right, whatever affects Ghana will affect Nigeria, whether you like it or not. Whatever affects Nigeria will affect Ghana, will affect all the neighboring countries around it. Even the Burkina Faso that has gotten proper independence, it will still affect them somehow. That is how bilateral relationship and trade works. So before you are there in your corner saying you are a Ghanaian, what is your business with ongoing in Nigeria? If Donald Trump chooses to come into Nigeria today and the Nigerian Armed Forces tries, to resist him or to push back, and they have become a full-blown war, trust me, Ghana will not remain the same. Some of you have friends in the armed forces. Sometimes have conversation with these guys. Know what is happening in real life. Some of you are living in some made-up life. Some of you are living in a not even a virtual reality, because virtual reality some of you are living in an unreal life. You don't even know what is going on in your environment. Some of you don't even know how you are being robbed in broad daylight. Bro, I have been opportune to have access to some things about life. Politically, otherwise. Listen, the world we live in is a game of survival of the fittest. There is no rule of law until you have been found guilty. There is no rule of law until the law have gotten hold of you. As a matter of fact, justice system is basically for those who are not informed. Justice system is basically for those who are not capable. It is high time we African youths, we get up our ass, we get up and we man up. Now it is trending everywhere. Donald Trump wants to come to Nigeria. Let the man come. Let him come. If they are looking for a place to set up a base and they are not getting, please come. Me, I have acres of land that I will give the Americans if they so wish. If getting a land will become a problem for them. Nigerians, you have suffered enough. You watching me now, there are things due you that even you now you're not getting. Even funny enough, you're even owing a debt that you never borrowed. Because the more Nigerian is borrowing, the more recession is increasing, and the more inflation is eating deep. The more inflation, the more money that comes up from you. And it is that money that comes from you that is used to repay those debts. So even you are paying a debt that you were not there when it was spent. You're paying a debt that one Alhaji's son is spending somewhere in Dubai. You're paying a debt that one Sheikh's son is spending in Saudi Arabia. You're paying a debt that one Sariki son is spending somewhere in the north of Nigeria. You're paying a debt that one Ezigbo son is spending somewhere in Nigeria. You're paying a debt that one governor son is spending somewhere in the UK. You are in Nigeria paying that debt. You are in Ghana paying that debt. You are in Liberia paying that debt. You are in Sierra Leone paying that debt. You are even in Monrovia, you're also paying that debt. So should Donald Trump come? Oh yes, he should be our guest. If you want to stop the killing of Christians, fine, let him stop. But he should make sure he cooks. For we are hungry and we want to eat. So let him cook and serve us. We would eat. Until we all get sense, we will keep being in darkness. Whereas the light switch is just there. We just need to pull it and and there will be light. Let there